Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday, October 21st, 2021. I want to come to you today with a brief message, discuss a few things that's going on, and also give a few recommendations. First off, I want to talk about these food prices that are going up. I had warned a lot of people that the rate of inflation was going to drive costs up on food. I want you to know that as of a couple of days ago, I recently learned that billionaire grocery store chain owner, his name, and forgive me for because I can't pronounce his name right. It's John Catamatides, I believe that's his name. Uh, he owns a lot of grocery store chains. Like I said, he's a billionaire. He recently announced that food prices were going to go up at least another 10% in the next 30 to 60 days. So if you think the prices are high now, I don't want you to get sticker shock, but they're definitely going to go up again. One of the reasons is that the crop reports and meat reports and stuff has recently come in, and they came in far below what the expectations was. I mean, the anomalous weather, the droughts, the fires, different things that occurred, killed off a lot of plants and also killed a lot of the animals. I mean, and seeing that they're coming in short, that means there's going to be a shortage of feed next year unless they can buy it from another country. So I would almost suspect the meat and stuff is going to be even short. I'm hearing that crab legs are going to be coming in at almost $70 a pound here shortly. Shrimp may go to $40 a pound. This stuff is going through the roof. And like I said, the billionaire guy, he said that three things are basically going to happen. You're going to have the higher costs, which we already know about. You're going to have what I've talked about called shrinkflation. That's where you're going to pay more for something and you're going to get less. Like, for example, in a box of cereal, either there's going to be a bigger air space inside of it, or the bag inside the box is going to be narrower, or the box itself is going to be a little bit smaller. And you're going to get less, pay more. That's called shrinkflation. Then another thing is your number of choices are going to go down. Like, for example, the example he gave was like if a company is making 10 different flavors of muffins, well, the top three sellers are going to continue to be manufactured and the other ones will not. Plus, they're going to cut back on the money they're spending on promotion of products. So if you enjoyed having the choices, like Mountain Dew has many flavors of Mountain Dew now, the top three will still be manufactured. The rest of the flavors are about to disappear. So it's going to be a take it or leave it as far as your choices go. And I mean, Oscar Mayer bacon is going to go to $12 a pound or might even be higher. Uh, Gas prices right now in New York, I'm hearing, is above $5. And California, they're like $4.69 to $4.89. So you can almost expect to see gas prices are going to go up. I mean, basically, any product that's out there that is needed for you to live day to day is going to go up. If there's a product manufactured that's not an essential product, it'll probably stay the same price. But anything that's going to be needed is going to be going up in price. Then you also have the fact of the strikes that are happening, like at John Deere and Kellogg's. Kellogg's also makes the Nutri-Grain bars. So as far as cereal goes, if they don't get that strike settled soon, you're going to see empty shelves on cereal. So if you want it, you better go get it and put a few up on the shelf for just in case. And a lot of kids need that bowl of cereal in the morning because that's the only breakfast that they get. I'm hearing that milk has been in short supply at some of the schools, along with other products for their lunches. Things are getting bad and about to get worse. I'm hearing people say that, and one even said to my daughter that she did some lightweight prepping and nothing happened before. Well, she must have slept through COVID-19, the lockdown, not being able to get Lysol, toilet paper, sanitary wipes, different things that was needed for months. I mean, they must have slept through it. And this one, I guarantee you, is going to be more than just paper products. This is going to be meat, It'll be clothing. I mean, the Nike plaid is down, so that's going to cut back on shoes and some of the Nike clothing products. A lot of things is in the mix affecting it. Then you have over 500,000 containers stuck at U.S. ports, not even being unloaded. And then if they get them unloaded, China's not shipping nothing right now. We're having hostilities with China, and they're not shipping nothing to us right now because of it. So I have some recommendations I want to make to you. I'll show you one here. A lot of people forget about this as far as prepping. Do you have any of these in the house? And actually, get you more than one. I mean, I never understood that one Nationwide commercial where you have this one couple standing there and lightning hit the lady's she shed. The guy's got a garden hose in his hand, watering his garden, and they're sitting there watching their she shed go up in flames, waiting on the fire department to come, but he's got an active water hose in his hand, watering his flowers after supposedly it's rained, which the whole commercial doesn't make sense to me. You're the first responder until the fire department can arrive. They could either arrive and find that the fire's been put out or is very small in size because you fought it until they got there, or you can go outside and stand and just watch the thing be engulfed and watch some of your preps and stuff burn up for something that you could have took care of yourself. So a lot of people forget to have some sort of firefighting devices on hand. Get you some fire extinguishers and put them strategically out throughout the house where people can get to them. Because again, you're the first responder until help can arrive. Second thing I want to recommend to you. I went out and got my oil change today. So, got me some oil, bought me an extra oil filter. Do you know why I bought the extra oil filter? It's because of what it says right there. Made in China. Again, people, China is not shipping anything. You got to get out in front of this. Whether it's for your car, for your preps, whatever. If the products are made in China or made overseas, you want to have it, you better go get it. So I can put this up on my shelf. If no more comes into the country for a while and I need an oil change, I now have the ability to get my oil change. Same way with brake fluid, different things. Read on those labels where they're manufactured. If it's Canada, Mexico, the United States, you might be all right. But if this stuff is made in China, knowing that they're not shipping nothing to us right now, you better put it on the shelf. The next thing, what if a cyber attack or an EMP from say a weaponized satellite was to occur and shut the power grid down? Do you have the ability to have power in your home? Do you have the ability to try to heat your home? Up north, we're going into winter. It's starting to get cold. A lot of us just recently had to turn our furnaces back on to knock the chill off at night. We already know that the natural gas has gone up in price, so our heating bills are going to be up 50% this year going into winter. But what if they found out a way to knock the grid down to where your furnace won't run? Do you have the ability to heat your home, to keep from freezing to death in your own home? And don't think that you can go to a motel or go somewhere else. You only got 3 grids. You have an East grid, West grid, and Texas. Texas has its own grid. Now, Chicago's part of the East grid. That represents the central banks. New York represents Wall Street. Washington, D.C. is also in the East grid. All 3 are in the East grid. That makes the East grid a primary target, plus the largest population density is in the East grid. So again, if they're going to attack any of the 3 grids, the East is the primary target. So if they can bring it down, the best time to do it is in the middle of winter. Now, if you don't have an active fireplace that can operate, you're going to need either a kerosene heater and to be able to stock fuel for it, or you're going to need some sort of propane heater and be able to stock fuel for it. Now, I recently bought something. I bought it because I did a lot of research on it. I like the item. Now, yes, I do have kerosene heater, But two is one, one is none. Two of something is always better than one of nothing, because if one item fails, you have a backup already in place to fall back on. I'm going to show you what my backup is to my kerosene heater. Yep. This is called a Big Buddy system. Okay. On low, 4,000 BTUs. On high, 9,000 BTUs. And on the highest setting, it can kick out 18,000 BTUs. This is safe to use inside your home. This runs off of propane. Also, it runs off of, let's see, these 1 pound Coleman tanks that you'd hook to a Coleman camp grill. Now, this thing runs off of 2 of them. And from what it says here on the back of the box, on high, you can get 2.8 hours on 2 of these tanks. On medium, you can get 4.8 hours. And on low, once you knock the chill off in the house, or at least in the room you're in, you turn it down to low, you can get 11 hours off of 2 of these 1 pound tanks. You don't have to worry about evaporation with these like you do kerosene. You don't have to worry about, after a while, the fuel separating. Until these are open, these can keep for 50 years. All you have to do is stock them. You're looking at probably $3.50 to $4 a piece for one of these. But of course, the price is going up right now, so it could be $5 or $6 a piece. But you got to get out in front of this, people. You got to be prepared, so that when something happens, you already got everything. I mean, you're going to flourish through a situation. You're not going to be panicking, rushing out, trying to find resources that would be long gone by the time you get out there. I mean, I'm figuring you got another 2 or 3 weeks to top off your preps before you're going to start seeing the major shortages impacting the stores. The question is, are you topping off your preps? Have you already got started? Or are you one of those disbelievers that don't believe it's going to happen? And don't ever take the attitude that if I go out and prep and nothing happens, what then? Well, you got a bunch of stuff that sooner or later will be used. Sooner or later, power will go out. Sooner or later, different things will happen that you can utilize. You could get laid off from your job, and if you've got 2 or 3 months of food put back, you're not having to make a decision, do I buy food this week or do I pay bills? You can allocate the resources of your cash where it's needed, and you got plenty of food to where it's not a worry for you. Get out in front of what's coming, people, because when Biden tells you we're heading toward a long, cold, dark winter, he ain't quoting Game of Thrones for nothing. Something's getting ready to go down, and you need to be ready. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else, because I'm going to make another video, but I just want to get this message out to hurry up and start getting some stuff. And like I said, China makes 80% of herbal remedies. They make 80% of antibiotics. They make 80% of the pharmaceuticals. They also make car parts. I mean, I've talked with a number of mechanics, and one of the mechanics that worked on my car today, he has an in-home operation. And I have a club brother that has a brick and mortar store. They're telling me that they're running into problems getting parts. And not only running into problems, but the cost of even the car parts are going up. The only thing ain't going up is wages. So if you spend your money now, you're going to get more for your money than you are going to 6 months from now, as inflation continues to impact the prices. Even the merchandise that I sell, I have to go up on my prices because my suppliers have gone up on me. And I don't want to see people suffer. That's the reason why I'm putting this message out to people, because there's too many that I see that's going to be part of the panic buying once everybody realizes what's going on. Get out there, stock up. Know that some of these companies are out of business right now. I mean, look at Purdue, look at Tyson. They're your major processors of chicken. They're shutting down plants because there's not enough chicken to process this year. So they're going to shut down some plants. I mean, this is very, very serious. I cannot overemphasize this enough. Get out in front of this. Get out, get the things that you need. Between plants shutting down, between strikes occurring, between the weather, political environment, you're faced, whether you believe this is engineered or you believe that the system is breaking down and the supply chain is breaking down, no matter what your beliefs are, you have to be able to make it through what we're getting ready to go through. And between now and Christmas, it's going to get worse. Prices are going to go up, and you have to be ready for this. And hopefully no wars break out, but I feel right now we're actually in the outer edge of a depression. But keep in mind, during the Great Depression, the first year of it was called a recession. And all the leading economists are saying we're in a recession right now, where the hyperinflation that I'm starting to see would indicate depression to me. But draw your own conclusion. But if nothing else, you can't say you wasn't warned. Get out and get your stuff now before it's too late. And that's all I have to say today. Hope everything goes well for you, and keep prepping, people. Bye-bye.